What's up, everybody? This is Robert Ferguson. Welcome to Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. I'm thankful that you're here. Okay, I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to keep it sweet. And my goal, however, is not to rush. I want to take my time today. And I want you to become very familiar, or at least a little bit more familiar about the role of our gut health and how it plays a huge role as far as our ability to lose weight. Yes, your gut health dictates how you burn calories. Your gut health dictates if you're absorbing those nutrients. Your gut health plays a huge role in your mental health. Your gut health is your health. I mean, you can't talk about health without talking about gut health. And unfortunately, we live in a world at this moment, because it will get better, where more and more doctors are going to become more knowledgeable. Now, what I'm going to share with you today is real science. And I'm sharing it because it's a brief introduction to our gut health challenge. And every day leading up to our gut health challenge, which begins, if you're catching this beforehand, now, if you're catching it after the date, we do have the gut health challenge available here and there. But this gut health challenge begins on January 29th, and that is a Monday. The sooner you get in, the better. If you have a friend, anybody who wants better health, if they have high blood pressure, if they have triglycerides they're concerned with, if they're on medications, if they believe that they're gaining weight because of a hormonal imbalance, if the weight that you want to lose is becoming more and more difficult, you want to learn what I'm going to share today. And you would benefit from the challenge. I mean, point blank. And every day I'm going to share something. Okay, so this is day one. And my goal is to share 7 things, let's call them things, that will help you become more familiar with the role of gut health. Now, I'm going to wait a little bit because I want some people to join. But for those of you who are new, I want to say thank you for being here. And if you are on YouTube, or even if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, like, if you can, comment, tell me who you are, where you're from, what you would like me to cover this week, because I do have 4 things that I solidly want to cover, and 3 are up. So depending on the vibe that I'm picking up will dictate what information I'm able to share, because a lot of people don't know. They really don't. They don't know the importance of gut health when it comes to your overall health. They don't know. And in a very short period of time, I am going to open your eyes and I'm going to share with you the importance of gut health. Like, some of you really want to live your best and healthiest life. You really do. But you don't realize that your gut health is dictating a big part of why you're having a hard time losing weight. And in the gut health challenge, not only do you get the structure of what to follow for 30 days, but a person learns. See, I'm big on education. Now, if somebody wants to continue to be uninformed and follow this information out there, hey, God bless you and do your thing. If you want to rely on taking this pill and that pill and drinking this solution, hey, God bless you and go for it. But what knowledge is power. That's why I'm going to share what I'm going to share with you today will make all the sense in the world. So I'm going to get right to it. Let me also just say real quick, if you want to do the gut health challenge, there's a link. You can learn more about it. Look under our description. If you would like to take advantage of any of the things that we make available, there are some links that are available. Go there. And if you're not on YouTube, because YouTube is moving and we're starting to pick up some momentum. So go to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, take a moment, don't overly rush. And when you hit subscribe, you'll see where you can click on a bell where you can get notified whenever we upload new videos. Okay.
Now, I welcome your questions during this time if you have questions about it, but I want to go slow enough. I want you to really get what I'm going to share. I mean, I want to go so slow. Not that you're dumb, because you're not. You're smart. That's why you're listening to what I'm about to share. And this is a big to all coaches. You want to, like, anytime I do these lives, if you haven't noticed, it's all about information and clarity. Okay. So we're going to get into it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Anybody got any questions? Bring it. And if you're in one of our private groups, like our Facebook group, if you say, hey, Robert, what's up? Hey, at the end of whatever you're saying, like if you're in our Diet Free Life group, like Facebook page, just at the end of your statement, if you type in something, do a dash and then write your name so I know who you are. Okay. Let's get into this. Okay. Now, on this page right here, you can see at the very top, it says the microbiome and metabolism connection. Because there is a connection. There is a gut-brain connection. That's why a lot of people in the gut health world are calling the gut microbiome, right? Which goes between your mouth. The gut microbiome begins in your mouth and it ends at your anus. There's 38 plus trillion microbes living in there. And they are doing a lot of things. And one of the things that they're doing, based on what we're talking about during this presentation, is they play a big role in whether or not you're going to be overweight, you're going to be normal weight, or you're going to be underweight. Now, at the very bottom of this presentation, you can see where it says PMID. Okay, and you see that number. You can go to PubMed, type in that number, and everything that I'm about to share with you is substantiated, supported by those citations. And then there's another link down there from a magazine called Nature where you can learn about the study that I'm going to share with you. Now, this study that I'm going to share with you has been validated, verified, and is reproducible. That's real science, meaning no matter where they are in the world, when they do this test that I'm going to share with you on the relationship between the microbiome and our metabolism, the outcome is always the same. And we're not just talking about a petri dish, and we're not just talking about mice, which I'm going to share with you, mice, but I'm also going to bring in a human connection. We're also seeing this same outcome with human beings. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Okay. Now, we're in this study, and what I'm going to share with you is based on germ-free mice. So in science labs, they use germ-free mice. That means a mouse is born, it doesn't even have a microbiome. It hasn't come in contact with anything. It's sterile. And they keep it sterile for certain tests. And so all of these mice, at the very top, you can see where they're all the same weight. Okay. And I'm going to explain this infogram here, but they're all the same weight. And so they all have basically the same activity. So they put them in a situation where they don't have freedom to run. And then maybe one mouse is lazy and it kind of stays dormant. They all are kind of limited in their activity, and they're given the same amount of food every day, the same macronutrients like protein, fat, carbohydrates, the same total calories, and all of them the same. Everything's the same. Okay. So we got any questions on that? Okay, I think we're good. Now, with all these mice being fed the exact same thing, in this study, what they did is they went to human beings. That's right, like you and I. So look to the far left. We're talking about a normal weight mouse. And so they find normal weight human beings, people who are not overweight, they're not underweight, they're at a good weight, they're at a healthy weight, and they're healthy. And they go inside of their microbiome, right? And they take fecal matter. And fecal matter is from our gut microbiome, right? And they take that, and it's called a microbiome implant. And they implant it from a human being that's at normal weight into a mouse that doesn't have a microbiome, and that mouse takes on the microbiome of the person who's at normal weight. And what they learn, no matter the activity, no matter the food, that mouse with the fecal matter from a human being, from their microbiome, continues to be at a normal weight. Doesn't gain weight, doesn't lose weight. Okay, now look to the far right. Same situation. They found a human being that's underweight. You know how there's some people who are underweight. They really battle they need to gain weight, but they're underweight. They're undernourished, right? Or whatever it is that's causing them to be underweight. They take the microbiome from that human being and put it inside of that mouse that was at a normal, regular weight, eating the same as the first mouse. And then in a short period of time, that mouse becomes underweight. It's eating the same, though. Keep in mind, it's eating the exact same as the other mice. But because of the microbiome, the mouse becomes underweight based on a microbiome from a human being. Okay, now look right in the middle. They then find an obese adult. They take the fecal matter from the obese adult, right? That microbiome. They implant it into that mouse that's been at a normal weight. It continues to eat the exact same calories, so it's not eating more. It's not eating less. It's not moving more. Everything stays the same. And that mouse becomes obese. It becomes obese. Now, all of this is relevant to where the microbiome is. Okay, I want you guys to really listen to what I'm saying. I want you to hear it and I want you to own it. Okay? The mouse that takes on the microbiome of someone who's overweight, underweight, or normal weight, that mouse becomes that. So then you have to ask the question, okay, wait a minute. Nothing's changed. So are we just predestined to be at a certain weight or to battle with our weight? Well, the microbiome comes from our moms. So when you're born, especially from a vaginal birth, then you get your mom's microbiome. Does that mean we blame our mom for being No, I'm not saying that. That's where it begins. Now, over time, your microbiome starts to shift, right? Because if you move from one state where they eat foods a certain way to another state or to another country, then those foods and the climate dictates and can shift your microbiome one way or the other. I've literally seen it where this doctor that I do work with, who's very knowledgeable, and I've learned a ton from when it comes to the microbiome. Sometimes I've heard her actually talk to one of my clients who becomes her patient, and she'll say, you need to figure out a way to eat some of the foods you ate growing up. And some of those foods then come back and it helps bring that person's gut microbiome back into balance. And then everything gets better. Our gut health does, without question, play a huge role in whether we're able to lose weight or whether we find ourselves gaining weight, even though you're eating the same as these mice. So let's do like a little review here. Let's go back to the microbiome. So take a look at this. Okay. So in this slide right here, there's 6 key points. And I'm only going to highlight really one. Okay. And that one that I'm highlighting is at the very top. You see where it says 70% of your immune system is your gut microbiome. 70% of your immune, you know how people walk around, oh, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take that. And all they're talking about their immune system and what they're going to take and what they're going to do to make their immune system stronger. When 70% of your immune system, and this is an injustice in the whole medical world. The healthcare industry is just another reason why they have just failed people, because they don't know as individuals and they don't have anything in place that addresses and speaks to the importance of a healthy microbiome. And everybody's wondering, I'm talking about my immune system. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take a shot of this vitamin C. I'm gonna do this and do that and do all these things. And the immune system, 70% of it is your gut microbiome. I sometimes just sit back and say, Lord, help me. How do I reach more people? How do I get people to understand the importance of the gut microbiome? That's one of the reasons why we have the gut health challenge. And I've encouraged people to tell other people about the challenge, and they tell them, in people's ignorance, they just don't know, right? So it's not their fault. They don't know. So that's why a little bit of education goes a really long way when it comes to our health. The gut, like if someone comes out with a health book today, a weight loss book today, any book that touches on your health, and they are not speaking to the importance of the gut microbiome, I would say that person is extremely uninformed. And it's not their fault. They're just uninformed. And I definitely wouldn't even buy the book. Like if there's a new weight loss book that came out and you're interested in it, and there's no mention or talk about the gut microbiome, I would 100% put that book down because it is obsolete. They are not up to date. They are not informed. They are not informed, right? So I see people do these diets, right? I think I saw this one called 75 hard or like whatever. And they're not speaking to the gut microbiome. Why would you do anything that doesn't speak specifically to the gut microbiome? That makes absolutely no sense. That's kind of like someone saying, I'm going to walk across the desert and I'm going to do a challenge to walk across the desert and I'm not going to drink any water. That would make no sense. So then the question is, okay, well, Robert, okay, I hear you. You're making sense, Robert. This is great. How do I get my gut microbiome healthier? What do I need to do? Do you guys, anybody want to catch me? Anybody catching me live and you can comment? You want to share? You want to share? And by the way, as I'm sharing this, I'm also testing this week to see what is the best time of day to go live so that I can catch people live and they could actually participate. So, gut microbiome, is this a good time? I don't know. Now, here's the good news, and we're going to wrap up here. Here's the good news. The good news is that within 24 hours, you can totally revamp your gut microbiome. In 24 hours. As long as you eat the right things. And you're probably eating a lot of the right things. But you're probably not. Now, some people, like I had one of my really smart clients send me this product that she came across. And it speaks, all the marketing is around the microbiome. And I saw Holly Berry promotes this product that she bought into that speaks to the microbiome. So there's a lot of people speaking to the microbiome. And I don't want to confuse you, but in one of my presentations before we launch our gut health challenge is to share with everyone 2 major studies on the gut microbiome that you can't even question. And these studies demonstrate that there is no supplement that can do good for your gut health what food can do, and certain foods. There is no supplement. So let's be really clear on that. There is no supplement that you can buy anywhere that's better than food and certain food. There is no supplement. Matter of fact, if you take a supplement and you don't eat these certain foods, the supplements have been proven, okay, in randomized placebo-controlled trials, studies, real legit studies, proven to create dysbiosis in your gut. What is dysbiosis, Robert? That's when your microbes are out of balance. And when they're out of balance, the same as some of you walk around and tell people about hormones out of balance, when your gut microbes are out of balance, that's not good. And it can create negative effects on various areas of your overall health. When your gut is in balance, you burn calories more efficiently, you absorb nutrients better, you have better clarity, you have better performance as far as energy and exercise, you have better energy, you're not walking around foggy and tired, and I don't got it in me to do anything. Many things improve when you have your gut in balance. That's the truth. That is the truth. So you guys tell me. And there's a lot of people that, I mean, I get a lot of people, wow, I got a supplement I'm taking. And no, you don't know. And that's why, like, if you didn't even know the study I just shared with you, that's just one of many that is settled science. Every time they do this with the gut microbiome and how it pertains to the mice, the outcome is exactly the same every time. Every time. That's science. Every time you do it, the outcome is exactly the same. Okay. I mean, and this is one of the big concerns I have about, some of these weight loss drugs. Where are these weight loss drugs doing their work? Is it in your brain? No. Is it in your arms? No. It's in your gut microbiome. They are manipulating the gut microbiome, and every doctor you talk to, every scientist you talk to, the one thing that they all have to admit is that, well, we don't know long-term effects. So you're going to manipulate the gut microbiome, and let's say today I just learned that 70% of the immune system is in my gut. And then 90% of serotonin is produced in the gut. What? Doesn't that tie into depression, mental health? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't argue certain things, you guys. I mean, you really can't. Okay, let me take a moment before I wrap it up. I want to say, what's up, Darlene? Darlene's in the house. Linda's in the house. I'm glad I caught you. Let me see. Wendy, what's up, Wendy Sims? Wendy says, personally, with all that I have done with my ASD child, I knew to address the gut microbiome. Okay, good job, Wendy. I'm glad that you're addressing the gut microbiome. And Wendy, I would say, Wendy, how are you addressing the gut microbiome? Right? So, because I hear people say that. I see people taking supplements. I see people taking certain drugs, and they don't understand the role or the connection between what they're taking and the impact on that drug. And then when they go to the people who they're getting certain information from, then I go, okay, well, where are they getting that information from? Because, see, this is what I recommended to a couple of companies that I've been talking to in network marketing, because I'm very, very close to partnering with a company. And if I partner or win, I'm going to go win because I feel pretty good about it right now. When I partner with this company, and, because you can make money. And I like what they're bringing to the table. They're bringing something to the table that's helping people. And so I know a lot of people. I come in touch with a lot of people, thousands of people, and I'm about to be in touch with like millions more people. Then I'm going to position people that I'm close to with an opportunity to be a part of this company, that everybody promotes this company and these products, that we can go to bed at night knowing they're not creating damage, because there's a lot of products that are creating damage and people don't even know they're creating damage. So not to get too far off, let me bring it back. Like the thing that I've been recommending to these various companies is I say, look, if you're going to come out with a product, Why not do a test? Do a test on the product and baseline it with what would be a healthy gut microbiome. And then have a person take a product for, it could be 30 days, it could be 8 weeks, 90 days, whatever. I think 30 days is plenty. And then test the microbiome again and see if it's causing damage. And companies are not doing this. They're not. And it's not expensive to do. Now, who wants to take a guess why a lot of companies won't do it? Take a guess why many companies will not do this. Take a guess. Okay, so as you guys are thinking about that, let me see. Wendy asked a question. Have I heard of Nemachek protocol? Nemachek protocol. No, I have not. She says, what are they bringing to the table? Just curious. You have been teasing. Oh, she's talking about the network marketing company. Okay. Oh, okay. And the post is really not about the network marketing company, but I'm going to take a moment and just to share some information with you guys. I am interested in a company, and what's got my interest, where I know with clarity that the products that they are making available and or services will help people. And with all the other things that I've said, I'm confident about this. And I could get in front. So like, for instance, when I do a presentation, if I'm in DC or for a lot of these companies I do these presentations for, part of being authentic is disclosing any relationships that you have. So imagine you're in Washington, DC, right? And you're about to do a presentation in front of, let's say, 5,000 physicians, which I've done and will continue to do, or dietitians, or nutritionists, or biochemists. Okay, what big crowd, a lot of smart people. Before you give your presentation, you must disclose any relationships you have. So I would have to go up and I would have to say, before I get started, I promote this product with this company, blah, blah, blah. And at that point, you open up a can of worms. You put yourself in a position where you may lose credibility. Because the world we live in today, people are sitting there on their phones, and the first thing they're going to do is they're going to start to Google. They're going to Google, they're going to look it up. And if that company is one of those is direct to consumer and is all fluff, then you look pretty bad. And I ain't in the business of looking, I don't want to look bad. So I have to be aligned with a company that has that type of credibility, right? And when I say that, think about this. You know, let's say someone sells Herbalife, right? And I'm not picking on Herbalife. They're just a very popular company, been around for a long time. Let me just make a point. And I go up in front of 5,000 really smart people. Everybody's pretty knowledgeable about nutrition. And I say, hey, I'm a distributor with Herbalife, and I have to disclose that before I get started. Think about this. If Herbalife was as good as they say they are, and as credible as they say they are, and as scientific as they say they are, wouldn't every physician be promoting Herbalife? Wouldn't everyone be on top of it? Wouldn't there be some mass crazy movement? No. See, supplements are lightly regulated. And you would have to really go back and understand how we came up with DSHEA, dietary education, health education, supplements, you know, the whole organization that kind of oversees everything. That's where it gets messy. But, you know, it's like freedom of speech, right? It's like, you know, you can write a book and you can put it out there. That's just that's just the way it is. And you can create a product. And if it's a supplement, you can just put it out there. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but all supplements can stay in the marketplace unless someone can prove conclusively that it's causing harm to people. It's not the same as an FDA regulated drug. And that's even questionable, right? Because we know that certain drugs have been made available with these side effects that have some people have died. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, and that's questionable. So when you have something highly questionable and then you have something that doesn't even have to, it's not questionable at all, it can just be made available to the public unless it starts killing people or causing harm. I mean, that's scary. And that's why I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued with when people do the microbiome testing. It makes sense to me. So anyway, any questions for me, you guys? Any questions in the house? Any questions? Okay, let me take a look before I get out of here. Yes, people want to make money. I get it. I want to make money. I want to help people. That's why I'm intrigued. I can't wait. The product that I'm going to come out with this company, and it's going to do, and it's not even big yet. It's not massive at all. So there's a real opportunity, and I'm not teasing you guys. I'm just transparent. I'm just being, I'm excited about it. I don't want to be quiet about it. I'm a public figure. I am. And right now, I have my toe in it. Now I got my leg in it. And so it's just a matter of getting a few, I's dotted and some T's crossed. And once that's the case, because I've learned this over the years, then I can go public with it. Wendy asked a question: where do you get the microbiome testing done? Well, all of the testing that I do, because there's a lot of them out there, and for a whole bunch of reasons, I can tell you why it's all a joke, and they're just, again, taking advantage of people. So all the people that I've done microbiome testing with have been with Dr. Sabine Hazan. And the only people that I referred that way have been clients of mine. And, she's had a big growth period. So it's been a little challenging, but I think we've figured out how to streamline the testing with her. So we finally got that figured out, and I'm excited to put more people in touch with Sabine and get that kind of testing. So that's where I go. And you can always email me, and I can tell you more about that. But anyway, I share with you guys this study, this information, and you can't argue it. You can't argue it. The health of our microbiome plays a huge role in what our weight is going to be. Okay, and I'm not just saying weight in pounds on the scale. We're talking about everything that goes with that. So the gut is very, very important. Okay. Before I go, let's see here. Wendy says she saw Dr. Sabine on social media. Yes, I promote her all the time. I've interviewed her multiple times. Actually, there's an interview I did with her that I'm going to share sometime this week. It was on the phone. I did it for our Food is Medicine course, which it'll also be made available there. But Wendy says, so can the general public do her testing, or does it need to be? The general public can do it. I mean, you have to, if you can contact them directly, and if she has because she's researched, etc., you can find out more. Just go to her website. Or if you're really serious and you want to do it, just reach out to me and I'll streamline it and save you some money. All right. Okay. All right, you guys, I am Robert Ferguson. Thank you for today. If you have not signed up for the Gut Health Challenge, I recommend you do so. It's 30 days. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to get recipes. You're going to get grocery lists. You're going to get all the things that will save you time, energy, and money to be able to make over and improve your gut health, so that you have that in place, then everything else seems to work much better. I mean, it really does. So knowledge really is power when it comes to these kind of things. Okay, well, I am Robert Ferguson. I share because I care, and I will continue to do that. And if you have questions, you can always contact us at our website, dietfreelife.com. You can reach out to my assistant, Lori, Lori at dietfreelife.com. And I've also provided a link where if you wanted a free consultation, totally free, and maybe you have specific questions for, that you have that are specific to you, then in that free consultation, I would say we'll handle that as well as bring as many questions as you have. Really make the most of my time, and we go from there. Okay. So again, Robert Ferguson, I share because I care. You can learn more at dietfreelife.com. And tomorrow I will be back with another key important message around how you can benefit and what you can do to benefit with your personal gut health. Until then, peace.